Many of you know my slogan is because empowered singing is more than just hitting all the right notes. Well, let's just start with hitting all the right notes. Most people think that hitting all the right notes has to do with your ear and, being tone deaf. A lot of people say they're tone deaf. Less than 2% of the population is tone deaf. So it's pretty likely that if you have a problem with pitch, it's because it has something to do with your mind, which is the same place that empowerment comes from. Let's take a look at an example of a young lady at a workshop who is singing a song that we all know, Mary Had a Little Lamb. Just singing Mary Had a Little Lamb, and let's take a look. I want you to watch both of these.
Is that where he starts? I haven't heard it since
That's okay.
Okay.
2, ready, and...
Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. Mary had a little lamb whose plea was white as snow.
Good. Okay, good. Now stay still. Good.
Mary had a little
That's it.
lamb, little lamb, little lamb. Mary had a little lamb whose plea was white as snow.
Good. Even better, eh? Did you see that? Did you see the extreme contrast in those two performances? The first one, like if you've ever watched American Idol and Randy says, "You a pitchy dude?" This is what he's talking about. She's not in the wrong key. She's in the right key, but somehow or another, she's not hitting all of the notes correctly. Why? That's what I like to go after. Let's take a look at how I corrected her. This time I want you to watch very carefully, even how she starts. Okay. So she starts with a question, wondering how it starts, and she points to her head. Watch her eyes. See how they're wandering? They're not focused on her message. Now she's looking down.
Mary had a little lamb whose plea was white as snow.
Good. Okay, good. Now stay still. Good. Pause this for a minute. Now the reason I said it was good, and you might be listening and going, "Oh, she hit all the wrong notes." But did you hear the quality of her voice? Did you hear her natural vibrato? Did you hear the tone of her voice and her energy and her connectedness to her sound? Those are all good things. And so when you listen to a voice, when you listen to your voice, pay attention to what's good. There's nothing wrong with her voice per se. It's simply that the notes weren't exactly right. So now I want you to pay really close attention to how I get her in the space in order to sing the right notes. So she gets a little bit of encouragement from the audience, and now she's snapping the left hand, which is connected to the right side of the brain, which is your creative energy. Good, even better, eh? Did you see that? And how'd that happen? It's not always easy for people to be able to get results that fast unless they're open, willing, and vulnerable. 3 components that the student had. If you are set in your ways and you think you have to figure everything out, in other words, if you're a control freak, it might be a little harder for you to hit the right notes because you're thinking and you're trying to get the right notes instead of just allowing them to come through you and aligning with your musical intelligence. And she let her mind align with the presence that I was bringing at that moment. That's a really key component for singers who are learning from other coaches or other people. Make sure that the coach that you work with is someone that can be present with you, that isn't judging you, but that sees your potential. Have a wonderful, wonderful experience learning how to empower your voice. And remember, empowered singing is more than hitting all of the right notes. Now, isn't it? Starts here, guys.